Hey, what's up everyone? This is Hitesh Jetwani. Today I'm here with the new video, and this video is for the students of second year BCom semester 3 and subject is economics. Today we'll see the chapter number 2. As you can see on the slide, the chapter name is terms of trade and distribution. Let us see what things we're gonna to learn in this chapter. The first one is meaning of terms of trade. Second, factor affecting demand in international trade, that what factors actually affects on international trade. Then concept of offer curve. These all three questions are very important for your exam. So let us start. Terms of trade. So basically, let me help you with the definition or the concept that how terms of trade works. Let us read. Terms of trade are defined as a ratio between the index of export prices and index of import prices. So there is a comparison between export and import prices. There is one formula, and when we use that formula, we get actual number, and that number shows how the how the trade of our country is going on. So here, if the export prices increases more than the import prices, a country has a positive terms of trade. That's very simple. So we do have two kinds of things, like we do have exports as well, we do have imports as well. So if our country exports more than imports, so that's very positive sign, that's a good sign for our country. As for the same amount of export, it can purchase more imports. So let us see what formula is actually. Terms of trade is equal to the prices of export upon the prices of imports into 100. So as you can see here, the formula index of export prices divided by index of import prices into 100. Here export is uh, shown by the xpx, and imports are shown by the pm. So basically, this is a formula. If your answer is, now we'll get three different kind of answers. So if your answer is 100, then the terms of trade is stable. So that's the same amount, like your export, let's take an example. If your export amount is 1 lakh rupees, and if you are importing the same amount of goods 1 lakh rupees, so the your answer would be 100. So in that way, your business, your international trade is stable. Second, if the answer is more than 100, then terms of trade is favorable. So basically what it actually shows, it shows your exports are higher than your imports. Then third one is less than 100, then the terms of trade is not favorable. So if your answer is less than 100, it means you are importing more than export. So that's not a good thing for our country. Let us move on second slide. We have second slide, that's the most important question for our exam, that what factor actually affects the demand in international trade. The first one is war and rumors of the war. So that's very common thing, like when the relation between two countries are not good, when any kind of rumors are there for the war, or actually war is there, so that actually affects the trade, international trade, whether it is import or export, both are actually affected. Second, we have demand elasticity. So as we have seen in first year of bcom, what elasticity means. So elasticity means when you increase the prices, your demand actually decreases. So the ratio of demand is more increasing than the price increases. So that's the reason, if your product has demand elasticity and if you increase the prices, the product demand will fall down. Third one is amount of demand. So that's a very important topic, like the thing which you produce in your country, and that thing has very less demand in the foreign country, that will also affect on your exports, and that will affect on international trade as well. Then we have preferences of the people. Now, how the preferences of the customer changes. So as per the fashion, as per the trade, as per the new technology, customer change their behavior. As we know that the customer behavior is rational behavior. So if any new product comes in the market, the demand of old product will always go down. Then change in population. So as we know that population is increasing day by day, so in that way each and every person has their own demands. हर एक इंसान की डिमांड होती है, and we need to fulfill that demand. So each and every person would demand the product, and because of the population the demand would always increase. Then we have income level. So income level is very common. Like if you are selling the luxurious things in the market, if the income level of customers increases, if they are getting better lifestyles, if they are getting good earnings, so they would change their lifestyle. So here income level is also matter in the same way. Like if person is lay off from his job, or he is not getting proper employment, so that person would stop the demand of the product as well. Then we have political relation. So here, as we are talking about international trade, so in international trade there are the two countries, and political relations also matters in the same way. Like if the political relation between two countries are not good, you will not be able to perform the task. Like if you will not be able to send the products and receive the products as well, if the relations are not good. Then we have technological factor. So this is very common. Like technology is growing day by day, and the people are demanding new technologies. So what happens here, if any country gets a new product, if any country gets a new innovation or new device, so and what happens there, the demand of that product would definitely increase. Then we have monopoly. So monopoly is a term where only one seller is there, one or two sellers are there, and the demand of that product is very high. So this happens actually, that will also affects on your import and export, that means international trade. Then we have government policy. So uh, in next chapter we will see that we have different kind of policies. We have free trade policy, and we have protective trade policy as well. So if government follows protective trade policy, it will directly affect on your international trade, as the charges, as the rates or taxes will be applied on that product, and that product will become very costlier. So it will also affect in the same way. If we are following the free trade policy, so there are no different taxes, no different charges, so you will get the product at the same rate. So it will increase your international trade as well. Let us move on next slide. Then we have concept of offer curve. So basically offer curve is very important question for you guys, so please pay attention. The offer curve shows all pairs of imports and exports implied by the production possibilities of an economy, the indifference curve. So offer curve होता क्या है? So basically offer curve here, अगर हम बात करें तो दो प्रोडक्ट्स लिए जाएंगे. इफ यू आर getting one product from one country and we are sending one product to that country, so here both countries are sending and receiving one product, so that's a stable thing. So actually offer curve, how it works, when we will see the offer curve I will explain you. Example, Britain imports tea from India and India imports clothes from Britain. So Britain is exporting clothes to India, and India is sending tea to Britain. That's the example. Let us discuss the different curves of this for the Britain and India as well. As you can see on this next slide, there are the offer curves. So now the first curve is for Britain. So as you can see here, on the offer curve there are the PQR. We have shown PQR. So when the business started, we were sending one tea for one cloth. So that was stable. We can say we were sending one tea for one cloth. Then the day came, there could be any reason, we started supplying two teas on the place of one cloth. So we were getting only one cloth, we were getting only same unit of clothes, and we supplied double items of that product. So that's not good for our country, that's good for them actually. So here the first curve is about Britain only, and then again the prices of cloth increased. So we were getting one unit of cloth, and we were supplying 3 units of tea. So as you can see, the offer curve goes from here to there, like from down to upwards, PQR. So that's good for the Britain. So because the very simple reason is, so on initial stage they like there was only one unit. After some time they started getting 2 units on the place of 1 unit, then 3 units on the place of 1 unit. So now the second curve shows the goodness for the country of India. Like this curve, as you can see, this curve goes downwards like PQR. Let me help you with. So when we started business with Russia or Britain, we were sending 3 units of tea for the place of one cloth. Then what happens? The prices of tea increased or the cloth prices decreased. That could be anything. So we were giving 2 units of tea for the one unit of cloth, and the situation again became favorable for the India. Then it was 1 1, like we were supplying one tea and the same amount of cloth we were getting, like 1 unit and one. So that goes downwards actually, PQR. So here we were supplying 3 units for the one cloth, then 2 units for one cloth, then 1 unit for one cloth. So that is actually favorable for the India. From the given data, we can see the curve. Britain, India will have to give one T for one cloth, which increased and reached to 3. As we can see from the offer curve, which is beneficial to Britain. So we were supplying 1 unit only, one unit of tea for the 1 unit of cloth. Then it reached 3 units and equal to 3 units equal to 1 unit of cloth. From the given data, we can see curve from India will have to give 3T for one unit of cloth. Then that actually decreased and it came 1 1. So as I explained you in the same way, here the same thing we need to understand, that offer curve actually works like on the initial stage we were giving 1 1 unit. That's beneficial for the Britain. Like then they started getting double products, 2 units, then 3 units for 1 unit of cloth only. And how it is beneficial to India, in the second curve we saw, like if this thing happens, like on initial stage we were supplying 3 units of tea for 1 unit of cloth, then downward like 2 units of tea for one cloth, 1 unit of cloth, then one tea for 1 unit of cloth. So that's actually beneficial for our country. I hope you got understand. Let me know if you have any doubts and comments. You can just comment below. I will be more than happy to solve your questions.